Hi Pirates, this is the video on how to make homemade clay. Actually, it's dough because we're making it out of flour, salt, water, and a little bit of vegetable oil. So, here is what you will need. You will need a bowl. Doesn't have to be a pottery bowl, but it needs to be a fairly sizable bowl. You'll need to have something to mix it with. You'll need a half a cup of water, and I will measure that out with a measuring cup. You will need a half a cup of salt, a full cup of flour, and 1 tablespoon of any type of cooking oil, vegetable oil, canola oil, any type of vegetable oil. Okay. Please note, if you are gluten intolerant, you need to use a gluten-free flour for this recipe. Okay? So first of all, you're going to take the salt, gonna get half a cup of salt, ½ a cup of water, and at this point mix it up. It will make a very, very thick, almost like a thick brine. It will not be very watery. It'll be very thick. You want to mix the salt with the water. Once you have the salt mixed in, you're going to take the vegetable oil, and you're going to do about 1 tablespoon. And at this point, the vegetable oil will not mix with the water very well. It'll kind of stay on top. So you kind of mix it together as best you can. Doesn't that make a neat sound? And then finally, you're going to go with any flour. And I go with the cheapest flour I can get at the grocery store. And you're only going to use a cup, so you're not going to use the entire bag. But you're going to get a cup of flour, and you're going to slowly blend it in to the water, salt, and oil. Mixing as you go, adding a little bit more each time. And it will get fairly thick and hard to mix up. So once you're at this point, you're going to really blend that flour, salt and water, and a little bit of cooking oil together. And it will take a little bit of time. It just doesn't happen. You have to blend it together. And after a little bit, it's almost easier to take your hands and knead it. For those of you that have baked, a lot of the things that we do in pottery are much like the things you do when you bake anything with dough. You want to knead it and really mix it well together. So I'm trying to get all the flour mixed together into my clay or dough. Once I have that done, then I can start really pushing it together. Now if it feels like it is a little bit too stiff, you will add a little bit of water. If it feels too soft and doesn't hold its form, you would add a little flour. But right now this clay this clay slash dough feels pretty good. So I'm going to need a little bit more, making sure it is all mixed together. All the oil is mixed together. Now if you want it to be a little bit more, how should I say, the dough to hold its moisture a little bit longer as you're making projects, just add a touch more. Oh, that was my dog Bella, sorry about that. Just add a touch more vegetable oil, and the vegetable oil will allow it to stay moist a little bit longer. Now once you have the clay made, you're going to try to make it as compact as possible into a small ball. And when you get it to this point, you're going to put it in a Ziploc bag or any plastic bag that you can really eliminate the air. So you're going to suck the air out, close it up. I have mine put into a small plastic container, much like a Tupperware container. Now, at this stage, I like to put it in the refrigerator, and I don't work with it for 1 or 2 days. So if you're going to make it today, I probably wouldn't try to make any projects with it for 1 or 2 days, but it's very important that you have it wrapped in plastic and it's very airtight. Okay, if you let it dry out, it's going to just get hard and crack and won't be able to be used. Okay, and there you have it, homemade flour slash salt, clay, or dough. All right, thank you.